Perfect. There we go. They'll be jumping on here in a minute.
Am I supposed to hear something? Okay.
There we go. Stacy Lattisaw, Dynamite, 8:37 in the morning. Good morning, Double R Radio Friday morning. Freeform Friday it is, July the 6th, 2018. And by now, people are going to be jumping on and saying, Robert, who's that? Robert, who's that? Is that a cop? Are you going to get arrested, Robert? No. That's not a cop. That's Raul Perales from the law offices of Raul Perales joining me live on my morning show. Good morning, Raul.
Good morning, Robert. Good morning, Robert. Good morning, listeners. Thanks for having me here. It's
I think I got you there. Let me make sure here. I think I forgot to click the little button there. I got so excited, dude. Let's see here. You can hear it there? You good? I think we're good. There we go. Let me get a test here. 1 second. There we go. I got you. There we go. Good morning, Mr. Raul Perales. How we doing?
Real good. Thanks for having me, Robert. How's Robert and the audience doing today?
We're doing great, man. Oye, amigo, te mira un poquito desvelado, Isandro, but hey, man, I'm working 24/7, man. There's legal stuff, right?
There's always things going on. There's always a client that needs some help, and we're ready and happy to give it.
There we go. Anyways, one of my big announcements for Double R Radio, Robert Rivas Radio, Cruising Classic Show is the law offices of Raul Perales is going to be my official sponsor for my Cruising Classic Show, and I thank you so very much for being part of Robert Rivas Radio.
Absolutely. You know, you turned me on to your radio show several years ago, and it's a real pleasure to be on here. We love listening to it, and we're looking forward to help the Robert Rivas Radio family.
I definitely thank you. Now, let's do some good morning shout-outs here. Here we go. Good morning shout-out going out to Kathy Aguilar. Good morning, Kathy. Leroy Urbazo, Maravilla's very own. Good morning, Cynthia Gonzalez Ramirez. Houston, Texas in the house también. Primo Rogelio Rivas is celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday, Primo. Rosemary Gomez, good morning. Angela Mata, buenos dias. DJ Edward Castillo, buenos dias. Now, people, just in case you don't know, Raul Perales is a lawyer, okay? And he takes care of business. He is my lawyer as well. He has helped me out on several occasions. Of course, a couple of my family members as well. But anyways, he won't be doing it today, but we're going to set up a Friday morning where he's going to come by and join me on my morning show and give out some free legal advice. And I don't know anybody who doesn't need free legal advice. No, que no, Raul.
Oh, absolutely. There's always questions that you have, and we're more than ready and willing to help you. I understand that as things crop up, whether they be family matters, criminal matters, probate matters, they can be confusing. They can be a real conundrum to you. But if you want to call, hopefully I can help you, set you on the right path, and ease your mind a bit.
That's right, porque I mean, there's nothing worse than being in court and being by yourself.
Oh, absolutely. That's a mistake. If you've got somebody that's going against you and your rights are in jeopardy, or somehow something else is in jeopardy, you need somebody by your side, somebody who knows what they're doing, and you need to know the correct path to take. So that's good advice, Robert.
Raul, porque I take it now, you're homegrown San Antonio, ¿verdad?
Oh, absolutely. I was born here in San Antonio, graduated from Fox Tech High School. Family and friends are here. I've only been out of the city for a short while I was in college and then in law school. This is my home. These are my people. It's mi gente. And this is a city I love, and I want to make sure that we're taking care of everybody.
There you go. And even more so, Raul, just because you're from San Antonio, it doesn't limit you only San Antonio and the surrounding areas, ¿verdad?
Oh,
you can take care of anybody, ¿verdad?
Yeah, no. I mean, with regard to my specialty, I can help. Obviously I can practice in Texas, and I can give you advice. But even if you're calling from far away, California, Florida, the legal principles are basically the same, and so we can help you out. So no, if you've got any sort of issue, we're ready and happy to help.
There we go. Raul, how long have you been practicing law?
19 years. I've been practicing for 19 years.
Dude, you've been practicing 18 and a half years more than I was married. My second marriage, dude. Where were you when I needed a divorce? I didn't know that I was at the time. I need a lawyer.
Well, I'm here now. So.
But I'm not getting divorced no more, dude. I want nothing to do with that no more, dude.
That's probably a good plan.
Amigo, you being in the courtroom almost every day, man, I think you've seen it all, man.
Oh, absolutely. You see all sorts of things, all sorts of difficulties, all sorts of problems. There's always something crazy going on in court, always.
Let me ask you this, Raul. Is there any case that's just too silly of a case to take on? Have you ever been approached with the silliest of cases and go, man?
Well, I mean, anybody that really wants to file a lawsuit, they can file a lawsuit, and some people, it's just it's a grievance, it's a personal matter. So sure, there are cases that they're more personal, and they're really not going to get much relief out of the court system. They just want to unburden their chest, I guess. So yeah, there's cases that are a little bit too silly to take on.
Now, I reported on a case, actually a story about a month ago. It happened in Florida, where a couple was suing McDonald's because they felt that they were being forced. When they ordered a quarter-pound cheeseburger, they didn't want the cheese. And they said they would take off the cheese, but they were still going to get charged the regular price with or without the cheese, so they were going to sue McDonald's. Does this sound like a silly kind of a thing, or hey, man, anything's good nowadays?
Well, no, that's silly, because for that type of lawsuit, you have to prove up damages. And so you're gonna spend some money on legal fees and go to court, and the judge is going to get upset because there's no damages. So you got to be judicious. You can't just run to court just because you're upset. Yeah.
Does it? No doubt about it. Being in the courtroom, tensions are high.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tensions are very, very high, and that's your specialty.
Well,
tension, making sure that things are going to get taken care of, no matter how high the tension gets. No.
Absolutely. I mean, growing up like I did, where I did, my parents didn't have much to speak of. I'm the seventh child of my parents, so we weren't obviously very affluent. And so I saw my parents get taken advantage of. I saw friends and family get taken advantage of. And that's who I'm really aiming to help. Everybody needs somebody in their corner, and we want to make sure that if they are facing some kind of difficulty in their life, we can make it easier and put them where they need to be.
Now, no doubt, Raul, you're bilingual, ¿verdad?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Fax tech.
That's right. Mom and Dad only spoke Spanish growing up, so Spanish was my first language until I was 5 years old. So absolutely, I'm quite fluent.
I'll never forget when Raul was representing me on a case, and I went to the courtroom, and I was there, and you see all these lawyers come in, and I'm looking, where's my guy, man, where's my guy? And then Raul comes out and goes, that's my guy right there, man, that's my guy, woohoo! Sabi yo, sí, todo el rato, giving you all the kudos in the world, dude.
Yeah,
but that's what the way people feel when they got somebody in their corner.
Absolutely. It empowers you, because when somebody's fighting for you who knows what they're doing, it puts your mind at ease, and it should because they're difficult and stressful times. But I've been doing this for 9 months. I know what I'm doing, and I know I can help people that need it.
Now, even more so, people fail to realize that they may not even lose the case, but lose substantial money by not getting legal representation, ¿verdad?
Absolutely. Some of the more difficult things are when people come to me and they've started their own case, whether they be family cases or contract cases, and unfortunately they take so many they make poor decisions on their own behalf. By the time I'm looking at it, there's already several obstacles we have to overcome because of their own mistakes. So yeah, I mean, legal fees, court fees, there are a lot of expenses sometimes, so you have to be careful and, again, judicious as to what direction you take.
You know, me and Raul went out for a couple of drinks the other afternoon. We lived just blowing some steam and just talking because we're friends as well. And we kind of were talking about the O.J. Simpson kind of a thing, the Johnny Cochran and all that other stuff, the Marsha Clark and all that stuff. And I was asking Raul, you being a lawyer, how did you feel seeing all of this, the tug and pull, and, I mean, just... It's kind of like a chess match, isn't it?
It certainly is a chess match, and I got to tell you, the O.J. Simpson speaks to criminal law, and the state has a burden of proof. They've got to prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt, and it's real natural when you see somebody get arrested to think, what did they do? Well, they've done nothing yet. They're innocent until proven guilty. Until the judge or the jury come back and prove them guilty, they're innocent, and so in O.J. Simpson's case, the state didn't meet their burden of proof, and the correct thing happened. The jury didn't, beyond a reasonable doubt, feel that O.J. Simpson was guilty. You and I may have different opinions, but we didn't see all the facts. We didn't sit and listen to all the evidence. And that's the thing with people that come in with criminal cases. The state has a job to do. I have a job to do in defending my client when it's a criminal case, and the state has a burden to meet beyond a reasonable doubt, convince the jury that the client is guilty. And that's a difficult thing to do, and that's why it's important to go to an attorney that you trust, and not one that's simply going to tell you, hey, let's work out a deal and send you on your way, because these are things that are going to impact you your whole life.
Did you ever feel, I mean, no doubt you feel pressure in every case, no doubt, because it's not a laughing matter. Whatever case you're taking on,
right.
Business is business. Pero también, how many people approach you and say, dude, I got no money, I don't know what to do, whatever the case may be? I mean, you can only hear so many sad stories, ¿verdad?
Yeah, but you know, I came into practice 19 years ago, and my brother Jose, who just recently passed, had been practicing for many years already. He was 15 years older than me, and he set a good precedent because he didn't turn many people away. He made sure to help people even when they didn't have money. And so I'm trying to carry on that tradition. Of course, I've got a business and I've got a family to feed. But I understand that there are some times, and it's not uncommon for attorneys to do pro bono work. I know attorneys get the short end of the stick sometime as far as their reputation goes. But like I said, I got into this business to help people, and that's what I intend to do. So it can be an expensive process, but I work with my clients. I give them payment plans if they need it. And if it's a real tough situation, then we consider pro bono work too.
Sure. I've known Raul Perales, Raul, what, 5-6 years?
Yeah,
give or take.
6 years, yeah.
And I got to tell you, man, this Raul Perales is genuine. He really, really is, man. The way we're talking right now, that's the way he is. He really, really is, man. Regardless if he's working on a case for you or not, he's always a really, really cool guy, man. He really is, Raul. I'm not telling you that, but after the show, can you limit bar 20? But
of course I will.
No, but really, all kidding aside, this man takes care of business, and he really does, man. And he kind of gets the pulse of the client in a sense because, hey, man, he's got to feel what you're feeling. He's got to try to figure out exactly what's going on in your mind and your heart because definitely he wants to represent you the proper way.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's important. And that's what I always tell clients. They come in, they sit across the desk from me, and they're nervous, and they're fidgety, and they're scared. And I have to remind them that I deal with these issues every day, but that I understand, I comprehend how they feel. And so I try to set my clients at ease, and I do. And I explain to them that while these things may be foreign and difficult for you and intimidating for you, they're things I deal with every day, every minute of the day. There's not going to be a situation that's going to be brand new. And no matter what the difficulties are, we'll find a way to get past them the best way possible.
Because regardless of the case, I mean, you're going to be thrown different situations where they may feel it's silly or dumb, but the silliest and dumbest of things can be the most serious as well, ¿verdad?
Absolutely. And look, every case has its uniqueness and its difficulty. They're mostly the same, but everybody's lives are different. Everybody's problems are different. And yeah, it's sort of like when men go to the doctor. They never tell the doctor what's wrong with them. I have to convince my clients sometimes to give me information. You're talking about a divorce, and somebody comes in and says, she can have everything, no quiero nada. And that's good and that's noble, but sometimes a divorce is a negotiation process too, and if you give up all your assets right off the top, you've got nothing left to negotiate with. So, you know, there are certain ways to approach each individual case. And so, yeah, I mean, people are sometimes thinking this is stupid, this isn't worthy of my attorney's time, I shouldn't mention this, but sometimes we have to get to the nitty-gritty and we have to uncover every stone.
And even more so, I guess the hardest part for you, I can only imagine, maybe I'm wrong in this, is for your client to come clean, to trust you, right? Not hold back, not give you 60%. Not 70. Give me the whole enchilada, man. I need to know.
The minute a client sits down with me, there's an attorney-client privilege. Even if that client leaves and doesn't hire me, everything that he told me is in strict confidence, and I can lose my license if I share that with somebody else. So I have to sit there and convince them that I need to know all the facts, all the nasty stuff, all the stuff that can incriminate them. I need to. Because we need to know how to approach the case. We need to know, the first thing you need to know with the case is what is our weakness. And let's figure out how we're going to overcome the weakness. Because every case has weaknesses. And if we go in there with blinders on and we're not truly assessing the case, whether that be because the client didn't tell me or because we failed to overturn something, it's going to hurt the case down the road. So yeah, it's difficult for some people to come clean and say, hey, look, this is what I did. This was my fault. But it's absolutely necessary.
Amigo, how difficult is it not to take your work home? And when you're dealing with so many cases, you've got all these things going on, racing in your mind, and then you go home, and then, how difficult is this?
Well, very. Work never really leaves my mind because because clients' cases are important, and there's a lot going on. I mean, obviously, my wife and daughters would strangle me if I didn't leave the cases at some point, but they tend to stay on your mind, and plus, you know, as much as I'd love for my clients' problems only to exist from 8 to 6, I know that stuff happens at 9 p.m. and at 2 a.m. and sometimes I get calls, and that's just part of the nature of the beast, and that's okay.
So you take calls 24/7?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's another good angle too. So look, if they're in trouble in the middle of the night, whatever the case may be, 24/7, Raul Perales, ¿verdad?
That's when I used to get in trouble, was about 1 in the morning.
Now, you graduated from Fox Tech, and of course, it was always the Fox Tech Lanier, kind of, right? Lanier, La Tecla, La Lanier, the Chili Bowl, y todo eso. Do you ever cross people that were from Lanier that are your clients, and they go, oh, really? It's Fox Tech, huh? You know?
All the time. And like I said, I mentioned, I'm the seventh child of 7 children, and my 4 oldest siblings went to Lanier, and the 3 youngest went to Fox Tech. So even in our own home, there was that La Garra contra la Tecla, and that rivalry was alive and well, and a lot of my cousins. So even growing up, that was always there. And sure, now my clients, it seems like that's one of the first topics we broach. Where are you from? And we start, you know, jabbing at each other. So it's there, and it's healthy. It's good for the community. And I think it binds us all. That's a commonness that a lot of us share. Like
I said, Mr. Raul Perales has been in this business for a long time. He knows his bit. He really, really does. And I welcome him on being my sponsor for my Cruising Classic show. I think it's simply awesome because he's not only my friend, but he's also my lawyer. And on all of my morning videos, all of whatever videos I posted on there, and I got a whole bunch of them out there, you'll notice property of Robert Rivas Radio. Any questions? Any questions? You talk to this man over here. But okay, I don't want anybody taking my stuff. Mine is mine. And just like yours is yours, whatever you got, whatever you're trying to protect, this guy's going to help you protect it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why I'm here. I'm a big fan of your show. I love it. And you and I have been discussing for some time coming on and helping some of your listeners. And I'm happy to be here. Thanks, Robert. I really
man, I'm glad you showed up. And even more so, he goes, what time do you want me to be there, dude? I said, how about 9 o'clock? He goes, I gotta be at the office at 10, Robert. I gotta pay the bills, okay? And I go, all right, dude, come on, 8:30, dude. And there we have it. So look, por favor, keep this man in mind, and even more so, we're gonna figure out a Friday morning where I'm gonna get him in here. Maybe if not next Friday and 2 Fridays, but we're gonna get him in here, okay? And if you need any information, if you need this man's, okay, there we go. Barbie Doll Dramita says, let me see here. Let me get to this one here. Barbie Doll that I meet has just sent me a message saying a 14-year-old girl got shot by his stepdad for saving his little baby sister from being raped by him. This little hero is fighting for his life. Mother does not have enough money to pay for any operations, but Messenger has offered to pay 45 cents for each time you send this message. And there you go. Can you help this person in any way?
I need to know some of the facts. I couldn't tell you just right off the bat. It seems like a convoluted story. It's a very sad story, but there may be some legal questions that we can address. But based on that, I need to talk to somebody.
But and that's even more so. I mean, how many messages do you get on a daily basis from people that need help?
Oh, it's nonstop. It's nonstop. Yeah, it's nonstop.
So, at your office, you have employees that work for you.
Sure.
And but like I said, you're never at the office pretty much, but because you're always doing your business, you're always taking care of business, and really your playing field is the courtroom, right?
Absolutely. You know, I'd say about 80% of the mornings I'm in court. A lot of the afternoons I'm in court. I have hearings, many hearings every week, trials every week. So there's a lot going on. So you know, my business is split between the courthouse. Usually in Bexar County, but throughout Texas, depending on my clients' needs, and then back at the office because there's a lot of discovery, paperwork, lawsuits to be prepared, clients to meet, clients to talk to, insurance adjusters. So there's a lot going on, but I'm always a phone call away. You're either going to speak to my secretary, you can get me by cell. But we're always there for the clients. We're always ready to listen and try to lend a helping hand.
I tell you what, everybody, get a pen right now, por favor. Just for right now, get a pen. That way you can get his number. If not, you can contact me, and I will definitely give you all his information. Raul, where are you located?
201 West Poplar. That's Poplar. right here in San Antonio. And I always tell people popular like the tree, because invariably my clients say, "Oh, popular." It's popular, Poplar. We're near San Antonio College downtown.
That's right. You're by downtown. You tell me your phone number, Raul.
The office number is 210-212-5592.
Contact us, man. If you got something going on, whatever the case may be, any kind of case you got going on, any questions, whatever, this is the man to call. And like I said, I will be having them live on my morning show. We're going to figure out a Friday. And I got to see this man's schedule. He's a busy person, but he's definitely going to stop by and give out some free legal advice to a lot of people out there. So look, definitely, like I said, one more time, what is your phone number?
210-212-5592.
There you go. You want to set up an appointment, you have any questions, whatever, call this man and he will situate you one way or the other. And I promise you he will. He's represented me, some of my family members. That's how much trust I have in this man. And if I can trust him, I promise you, you can too. You really, really can. Now, Raul, is there anything you want to say? Anything else? You got a little sales pitch? Anything else that's on your mind where you can say, you know what, guys? I'm the hammer, or te agarro chingazos. Right? Some of these lawyers, man, they take it far me out.
Frankly, I think those commercials are embarrassing. Look, I'm here again because I want to help people out. I remember where I came from. I remember some of the difficult times, and I want to listen. I want to help you. And whether you've got a family case, a criminal case, a PI case, I've got a general practice. I've been doing it for 19 years, and I'm ready to listen to you. And I really do want to help.
Well, some of these sales pitches, they're intimidating, right? It's kind of like, you better do it, man, or I'm going to go after you, right?
Yeah.
Some of them are intimidating, you know. Now, if they're working or not, I don't know, man, but I think to myself, man, this guy's scaring me. I want nothing to do with this guy. Trae un martillo, ¿qué más trae una pistola? Okay, come on, man. Hey, I need help. I don't want you to give me more problems to what I got going on right now. Anyways, my friend, your friend, Raul Perales, he'll take care of all your legal problems whatsoever. He really, really will. And I thank you so very much one more time for joining me on my morning show.
I appreciate it,
and
Robert.
definitely for being part of the station's familia and now sponsoring my Cruising Classic show each and every Sunday night.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Thank you.
There we go. Let's keep it going. Let me see here. What am I going to play for you guys? I had something set up for you. And there we go. Let's do some Gary Hobbs. Buenos dias, RRR Radio. There we go, everybody. Thank you all so very much. I will definitely be posting a flyer and all this information. And, of course, we're going to have Raul Perales on my morning show for some free legal advice. Okay, let's get back to the morning show. Órale.